Travis Scott has become one of the biggest artists in the world, but before all of his commercial success, he was already dropping groundbreaking music, especially on days before Rodeo. In this video, we're going to uncover the production secrets behind the best songs on this project.
Mamacita.
Produced by Metro Boomin, DJ Dahi, and Travis himself, they sampled this blues record from Bobby Bland. They simply chopped and looped the very first chord, something Metro does still to this day in his dark sampled beats for 21 Savage. For our sample, I began with a guitar by playing an A-sharp minor chord. I did quite a few takes, and this one with the extra plucked notes was not intentional at all. However, this is what makes our sample sound real. Bobby Bland's song was played live, and it's the imperfections that make it sound so special. The Mamacita beat is dark and gritty, so I pitched down the sample first and processed it with a spin, distorted guitar amp, and EQ. Next, I added another 2 guitars on top. This time processed differently, using a heavily chorused guitar amp, tape effect, delay and reverb on one, and a rotator effect on the other to give it that tremolo sound. After that, it needed texture. The Mamacita sample has some simple acoustic drums and a bass, so I added something similar into our beat. And then to finish it off, you can hear a piano and some strings coming at the end of every few bars. Now we had to flip the sample. To this day, I don't think I've heard a Metro Boomin bounce quite like this. The key to it is the perks. He added these woodblock-like sounds and used them as fills rather than singular hits, something like this. After that is a simple hi-hat and extra snare, before finally adding a kick and super distorted 808. The next song I wanted to take inspiration from was Don't Play. It's a pretty simple beat, but a very important one, as it's one of the first ones to use that classic Travis Scott chord progression. To make something similar, you want to find a cheap harp sound. I found ours in the Korg Triton and put down these arpeggiated chords. To make it sound better, I added a tape effect, delay, reverb, and halftime. Underneath that, I layered the chords without any arpeggiation and added a bell counter melody. Finally, we have a simple hi-hat and clap, followed by an 808 and kick. For our final beat, we had to look at one of Travis's best songs ever. It's such a simple beat that's based around a guitar, so first you need some chords. In the song, the chords gradually become more distorted and loud. This is done by palm muting and removing it slowly as the chords progress. However, if you can't do that or don't have a guitar, I'm going to show you how you can replicate it. First, I added compression, a clean amp and reverb. Then I added another amp with some more harsh distortion, and I automated that to come in at the end of every bar. Apart from the drums, the guitar really is the only element of this beat. However, something I wanted to add was some vocals, like how Travis did in the intro. He mumbles and slurs his words, which helps add to the vibe, hence the title. So I recorded in this melody. Then I added some distortion, reverb, and flanger to make it sound more washed out. After that, I recorded one more layer, but this time added a harsher distortion after the delay in the effects chain, meaning the delay gets distorted too. To do the drums, I had to speed everything up to 135 BPM and then find a bird/whistle-like perk loop. You can hear it in the background and it makes these quite simple drums so much more memorable. I ended up using 2 together alongside a hi-hat and snare. And finally, we have an 808 and kick.